Welcome back to the Jacksonville Jaguars franchise. Today we got to sign another receiver, more so a kick returner, but we got Lonnie Gaither, 95 overall kick returner, decent receiving skills, 5'11", 204 pounds. He was released by the San Diego Chargers, originally drafted out of Penn State. He hasn't recorded a stat in his whole career. Nothing. No tackles, no pancake blocks, no receptions, no punt return, no kick returns, nothing. But I think he's a good enough athlete. I'm going to bring him in. We need an extra receiver. We need somebody that could be a kick return and punt return specialist. So I'm liking him. 1 year deal for you. You're 78 overall at 25 years of age. Our top receiver is still Jackson, and he's going to stay that where Sawyer. He will move to our second spot. Gaither is 78 overall. That makes him our third best receiver. But I like Harris. He has all kinds of speed at 99 overall speed. Lewis is out for the first 2 months of the season. So Clayton, who we brought in, and Smith, who we brought in, they're going to have to play a major role moving forward. How is our passing attack going to work? We do not have Larry Fitzgerald. Lewis is out. It's going to be maybe a mixed bag, or maybe our quarterback can ball out. The Houston Texans quarterback, Gardner, has been a bust. You see that little thing with the stock market crashing? Yeah, that means he has been a bust. They actually have a decent quarterback behind him, but he won't get the start. Harrison, 82 overall. He's in his third season. Had pretty much a non-existent rookie year. Most of those yards in his rookie season were 76 yards rushing. Came versus us. I was like, why don't they play him? He was a beast coming out of college. Hasn't really blossomed that much. And that's kind of why I've decided not to utilize the training camp feature unless I'm going to work with the rookies, because our overalls can get very, very inflated while the CPUs kind of stay right around where they got drafted at. Randolph, he is a solid defensive end, although his numbers kind of leave much to be desired. Just 44 sacks in his career. Came out of Penn State as well, former number 1 pick, 90 overall, 92 strength, 67 speed, 93 acceleration. Again, decent guy, maybe hasn't had the best production. Defensive tackle spot, much to be desired. Linebacker spot, much to be desired. Mitchell, he's hurt for the first couple of months as well. Banks just 77 overall. Then you got Fletcher, rookie cornerback, is their best defensive back, I believe, on the whole roster. You got Cornell also at 80 overall. So the Houston Texans, for the most part, they are who we thought they were and who we think they are. It's Thursday Night Football, first game of the season. Not just for us, but for the whole NFL is right here, right now. Thursday night divisional game, taking on the Texans in Houston. And Gaither going to get his first touch in the NFL, and he gets it up to the 21-yard line. Going to find Jackson on the backside. Nice pass right there by Chris Sims. 3rd down and 4 now. They're going to send 4. Good protection, and we find Harris. 99 overall speed. Races up that sideline, and he's going to put us in Houston Texan territory. Going to fire it to Jackson. Tight coverage on 3rd down, and that pass play results into a decent game, but not enough to move the chains. So we got to settle for a field goal. The kick is up and good, and we find ourselves up by 3. Hampton, kick returner, takes it up to about the 31-yard line, and that's where the Houston Texans will start their first drive of the season. Harrison going to get popped by Prescott. 3rd down and 2. Harrison to the left side. Prescott's there for the tackle, but he's able to lean forward for a first down. They get the ball to Jordan. Big fullback gets loose, delivers the stiff arm, and the Houston Texans' first drive has them on the other side of the 50, but then McPherson picks up the loose ball. He hit the ball with his head and went backwards. It was already a backwards pass. And then we scoop it up, and we have this thing at the 36-yard line. Sims to the left side. Going to find Jackson. Breaks the tackle. Going to power through contact again. And that's going to give us a first down. 1st and 10. Sims looking for Clayton, and it's going to be off of his hands. And now it's 2nd down and 10. We're going to run the ball with Perry, and Perry going to get popped after he picks up just a handful of yards. So 3rd down, going to go to Clayton again. This time he makes the catch, and that will result in a first down. Sims turns and hands the ball off to Jackson, able to find running room as we creep deeper and deeper into into Houston territory. As now Fletcher, the rookie, appears to be a little bit shaken up. Welcome to the NFL. Perry gets to carry, and Perry going nowhere. Big hit in the backfield, loses his helmet, and we're going to have to settle for 3 yet again. The kick is up by Glover, and the kick by Glover yet again is good. Hampton from inside his own 5 up to the 15, to the 20, breaks a tackle, and falls forward to around the 25-yard line. Now they're going to run the ball north and south, to like the 30-yard line, I should say. They run the ball north and south. They pick up 6, give it to Harrison again, brought down by Prescott, and that's going to be a first down. Draw play now to Harrison, and he has this football back in the Jacksonville territory with a pickup of 8 yards. 3rd down and 2. Dexter with the big hit, and the helmet comes off for the running back. Perfectly timed execution. It was a little bit of a delayed blitz. They ran right into the teeth of the defense, and we get the football right back. Jackson to the left side, and Jackson able to find running room for a gain of 8. 12 personnel here. Sims avoids the rush. Sims gets hit as he lets it fly, and that pass goes straight to the grass, and we go 3 and out. Second quarter action. We're still only up by 6. Harrison gets the carry, breaks 1 tackle, but then brought down after a pickup of just 2. And then we get in there. Lott, our new outside linebacker, we replace Pruitt with him. We send Pruitt to Chicago, and we have a sack with Lott, his first as a Jaguar. Gardner throws it to the right side, and Dexter gets a hand on that football, and that pass goes straight to the grass, and we force a 3 and out. Sims looking for Clayton. Big catch over the middle for the new tight end, and that's going to result in the first down. Play fake. Sims looking for the other new tight end, and Marty Smith, and he has this one down inside the Houston 35. Sims has a man open, as Big Vincent. Get your fullbacks involved, and that's going to result in a gain of around 4. So 3rd down and uno, and we pick it up with Jackson up the gut north and south, and it's tough running for a first down. Leroy Perry, rookie running back, gets the carry there, and now it's 3rd down and short with 3 for 6. Could make it 4 for 7. A run commit, but it's a pass play. Vincent's left wide open, and our fullback rumbles to the Houston 5-yard line, and Fletcher's hurt again. Not the best debut for him. He can't stay healthy. Jackson up the gut, gonna get brought down after a gain of just 2. Sims looking to the flat. Sims looking to run it, throws it, intended for our tight end. Instead, it's gonna fall incomplete. So we got to settle for a field goal, and yet again we knock it home. So 9-0 is the score. 53 seconds on the clock, and they're gonna take this one up to the 26-yard line. Gardner throwing it over the middle. J.J. Jackson in for the injured Andre Thomas, and he gets the pick, and we're at the Houston 32-yard line with 3 timeouts and 47 seconds on the clock. Sims looking for Gaither. Gaither racing inside the 20 and forced out of bounds at the 15-yard line. Sims steps up, fires it to Jackson out of the backfield, and he gets wrestled to the ground. Takes it to about the 6-yard line. Now Sims to the end zone, and Clayton gets rocked. He would have had his first touchdown. Instead, yet again, we got to settle for 3. Kick is up. Kick is good. 12-0 is the score, as Hampton receives the ball from his own goal line with 7 seconds on the clock, and he's loose. Crosses the midfield. Glover can't catch him. And just like that, the first touchdown of the season comes at the end of the first half. Hampton put on the Jets and took that thing to the crib. And after all that, after feeling like we dominated the first half of play, which we kind of did, they have -5 yards passing, we're only up by 5. Hampton going to get brought down by Jackson as he crosses the 25-yard line. So 2nd down and 8. They're going to run the ball with Harrison. Harrison going to get brought down by Lott. 3rd down and 5. 4-3 defense. They run the ball, and they're able to pick up what looks to be a first down, but there's holding on the play. So back it up. It's going to make a 3rd down and 15 for the Houston Texans. Gardner takes a shot deep, and Williams with the pick. An incredible play. Williams isn't the tallest brother out there, but he's able to sky up, get his muscle on versus the receiver, and he walks away with the INT. Beautiful interception here in week number 1. Sims has a man open. That's Marty Smith again, and we connect the dots, and that's a first down. On the other side of the 50, 3rd down and 9. Sims steps up, going to tuck it and run it, and he's going to dive forward, and that's going to give the Jaguars a fresh set of downs. Sims under pressure takes a hit, but finds Jackson in the flat. He races upfield. Going to be a gain of 8. Leroy Perry in the backfield. He's going to end up going backwards. And now it's 3rd down and 5. 2 tight ends, 2 receivers. Sims looking, and Sims runs out of time, and yet again we have to settle for a field goal. Our 5th attempt by Glover is right through the uprights, and it's 15-7. Hampton has been the only offense to speak of for the Houston Texans, as it's really been all special teams, a kick return and 5 field goals. Gardner throwing it. That pass picked off. Williams another, and this time we're going to start the drive inside the Houston 30. Williams with his 2nd pick of the contest, 2nd pick of the second half. And again, this tight coverage, and he skies up there to bring home the football and gives it back to our offense. We're going to run the ball with Perry, going to try to turn the corner. He coughs it up. And the Houston Texans are there for the recovery. Randolph forced the fumble, and then he recovers it. We will challenge it. And it looks like he was down, but no, they're going to keep the ball with the Houston Texans. They're going to run the ball with Jordan, and Jordan gets met by J.J. Jackson. Now he's shaking up. So it's going to be Finley, our rookie linebacker, who's technically he's an outside linebacker. He's going to be playing middle for us. Harrison takes this one to the outside, brought down by Prescott. Gardner on 3rd down and 6, looking to the left side, caught by Bailey. And that pass will work for a 1st down. Gardner, left side, nearly intercepted this time by Murphy. 3rd down, just a 4-man rush by the Jaguars. Good protection. They throw it, and it's caught. Atkins makes the catch. Big hit put upon him by McPherson, our rookie. And now it's going to be 1st down and 10. Harrison to the left side. Got a good block. Gets away from Prescott. And then he's going to get brought down by Finley. 2nd down and 5. They get the ball to Denham. And he's going to take it to the crib. Touchdown, Texans. They're going to go for 2. We stacked the box in our field goal defense. That was a mistake. As they come out and throw it. And the 2-point conversion is up and good. And that means it's a 15-15 ball game. A game that, again, we feel like we've been in control of. But we can mess around and lose this thing. Sims going to keep it. Sims dives forward. Gain of around 9. 2nd down and inches. Give it to Perry here. Good block. And then the rookie's going to pick up a 1st down and then some as he crosses the 45-yard line. Sims looking for Sawyer. Makes the catch as we put him in the slot. It was Randolph on him. And that's not going to work out as we pick up a 1st down. Jackson up the gut. Runs the man over. Falls forward. And that's a 1st down. So a beautiful job. Can it end with a touchdown possibly? Going to find Jackson in the flat. Makes a guy miss and takes it to the crib. A collision at the goal line as Jackson runs a man over. And we finally do have our 1st touchdown of the game. So 22-15 is now the score as Gardner drops back the pass, throws it to the right side. It's going to be caught, and that's going to be a gain of around 8 yards. Gardner, quick pass, little screen pass to Harrison. Got a couple of pancake blocks, makes a guy miss, jumps over a couple of defenders, and takes this one to the Jaguars 45. Got a couple of pancakes, made a guy miss by dunking underneath his tackle, then jumped over a couple of tacklers, and he finds himself in the Jacksonville territory. They run the ball with Harrison again, and he's able to pick up a gain of around 7. They get the ball to Denham up the gut, and that's going to be a 1st down. Houston not going away. They get the ball to him here again. Good blocking until Prescott is there to finally take him to the ground. 3rd and goal. We send a blitz. We got some pressure, and down goes Gardner. It was going to be Henderson that gets rewarded with the sack, but I believe it was Finley that got there first, and Henderson is able to clean him up. So the kick is up. Kick is good. So now it's going to be a 22-18 ball game. Gaither going to work his way up to the 20-yard line. So Sims dropping back. Sims fires it right side. Caught by Harris. And that's going to result in a 1st down. Our formation going to give it to Jackson. Going to turn the corner. And he's going to pick up a 1st down and then some. Stiff arm. And this momentum carries him out of bounds. So that's going to stop the clock. 1 minute on the clock. Going to run the ball here with Jackson. Breaks one tackle. And he's going to find enough space to operate to pick up that 1st down. We will milk the clock from there. 22-18 is the final. And kind of a wacky game. We played decently offensively, but we just couldn't score touchdowns until that last drive. but we were able to move the ball on the ground and through the air effectively. Now, Houston doesn't have the best defense, so we got to take that with a grain of salt. And not being able to score a touchdown is probably a little bit alarming. We were obviously going to miss Larry Fitzgerald, who now plays for the New England Patriots. But I did not think that scoring touchdowns was going to be this hard versus a team like the Houston Texans. But it was. But a win is a win, so we got to look at the positives of that. We shut down their offense in terms of their passing game. Rush defense might be a little bit of an issue moving forward, but we are playing without Andre Thomas, who is an absolute dog out there. So we do get the win 22-18. Saints over the Bucks, Rams fall to the Seahawks, Titans over the Bengals, the Detroit Lions, they beat the Eagles by 1, the Skins over the Bears by 10. That's Mike Harris's team. Our ex-quarterback is now with them. Steelers, they beat the Packers. Then you got the Colts over the Cardinals, Chiefs over the Cowboys, Giants, they fall to the Vikings in overtime, Panthers over the San Francisco 49ers, Chargers, they will beat the Broncos, Raiders over the Jets, Dolphins, they will get blanketed by the Patriots, and the the Bills will beat the Falcons. Going back, the Browns will beat those Baltimore Ravens. Cardinal Williams back at it again, back-to-back 2,000-yard campaigns. He's starting off the year with 86 yards on the ground, 25 receiving, 3 touchdowns overall. Norton for the NFL and for the AFC defense, 3 tackles, 2 sacks, and a fumble. Philip Rivers, Felipe, as a Chief, it's blasphemy. 3 passing touchdowns, 263 yards. Then Terrence Newman with Washington. We're living in the bizarro world. I don't know what's happening here, but he had 2 tackles and 2 picks. Now it's time for week number 2. Jim Manley. He is their starting quarterback, and he's a dog. 96 throw power, 90 throw accuracy, 90 awareness, 6'2", 230, going into his 3rd season. Walls out. Maurice Jones-Drew also out. So it's going to be Zeke Stevens. He's in his 2nd year. We're going to see if we can't shut down the Broncos' rushing attack better than we did Houston's rushing attack. They got Burleson, they got Reggie Wayne, they got Langford. Those are their top receivers. Miller wearing 83. I want to say there was a Miller back in the 90s that wore 83 for the Broncos. And I believe that same Miller played for the Cowboys. I could have looked them up. I didn't do that. Maybe I should have. Meester, our ex-center, and the Patriots ex-center is now here in Denver blocking for their quarterback and running back. And hopefully their quarterback and running back don't have a good day. Aaron Smith, he's a beast. Obviously the ex-Steeler. Then you got Burgess, 90 overall. Best overall defensive lineman on the ends, except for you got Whitfield, 96 overall. And you got Tank Johnson in the middle as well. Linebacking core is decent. A bunch of 80-plus overall guys in the linebacking core. Then you got Marlon Jackson, Graham, and then Beal, who we saw in the college all-star game. And then McDaniels and Wallace. 80-plus overall in the cornerback room. That's pretty impressive. Holmes, 78 overall. And then you got Phillips at 88 overall. And then Vincent at 85 overall for the strong safety spot. We're at home. The home opener. This is the game of the week. Broncos come in at 0-1. We come in at 1-0. And again, it's Houston without a win. Everybody else is unbeaten, and somebody has already played this week's game. So we are in the hole. We got to win. If we don't win, we'll be in like 2nd or 3rd place. We're not trying to be that. We're trying to be the class of the AFC South, although the Titans just won the Super Bowl last year. So they're the class of the whole NFL. 3rd down and 5, split back look, gonna throw it to the flat. We got Marty Smith in the backfield. I'm utilizing the West Coast playbook, so a lot of 2-back formations. Might as well just put a tight end out there and let him do what he does. 2nd down and 15 after the sack, and that pass is picked off. McDaniels with the INT, and they take it back inside the 30. So 1st down and 10, Manley going to hand it to Stevens, and Jackson is all over that. 2nd down and 8. They're going to run the ball. And Jackson gets into the backfield again. Lott was unable to bring down Stevens, but Jackson cleans him up. Now Manley fires it, caught by Miller. Touchdown Broncos right up that seam. And that was a beautiful pass. And it's a touchdown for the Broncos. So they're going to start off the scoring. Can we answer their touchdown with a touchdown of our own? We do not want to kick a whole gang of field goals today. That might not work out versus this quarterback. 1st down and 10. We're going to run the ball with Jackson, north and south. Runs a man over. Big bully punishing people, and Holmes is shaking up. So 2nd down and 10. Sims looking downfield for Harris, and Harris makes the catch, and Harris gets forced out of bounds after he picks up a fresh set of 10. 2nd down and 11. Sims rolling left, still rolling, looking downfield. That pass going to be caught by Jake Jackson. We put him in the slot, and he comes up with a big gain. That's putting momentum on our side, and we can sniff the end zone. He gets brought down inside the 25 after that big catch, and now we receive pressure from the backside, and we go down. So 2nd down and 12, going back to the flat. This time Jackson makes the catch, lined up in the backfield, turns it upfield for a gain of around 11. 3rd down and 1 under pressure, and down we go. Sacked on the play is Sims, and we got to settle for yet another field goal. Our 6th field goal of the season in the first 5 quarters of action. Nate Burleson going to get brought down before he can really get going with that kick return. Stevens gets the carry here, and Stevens going to get brought down as he crosses the 30-yard line. They give it to Stevens again, and Jackson times it perfectly, gets to the running back before he can get going, and we get the ball back for our offense. Last play of the first quarter, running the ball with Jackson, and Jackson has a first down. Move those chains. 3rd down and 6. Looking downfield, going to fire it to Chad Jackson. He has the catch in the first down. Sims has a man open. It's Marty Smith. We signed him for his speed. His speed is on display. Touchdown, Jags. And just like that, we have taken the lead. And just like that, we have our first half touchdown of the season. Marty Smith, all kinds of speed. Again, that's why we signed him. I was not planning for Mercedes Lewis to be not playing, but I utilized, I believe, the pass balance playbook is probably the best playbook, but after you play this for a while, it can get a little bit glitchy, if you ask me, as Wayne makes the catch right there. So I've been utilizing run balance in the West Coast. I'm feeling the West Coast a little bit more, but run balance has a lot of 3 tight end sets, so I was planning on utilizing that, but with Mercedes Lewis hurt, we can't utilize it just yet. But Watson, speaking of tight ends, Benjamin Watson gets loose, and that's a big gain for the Broncos. They run the ball, and Stevens, he is not Harrison of the Texans, to say the least. They give it to him here again, and yeah, it is nothing doing for him today. 3rd down and 10, Manley looking downfield, and we get a big hit. The ball comes loose. They're going to rule it an incompletion. They got to set up for a field goal. Kick is up, and the kick is good. So the Broncos tie it up at 10 apiece. Sims rolls left, going to find Harris. In that slot, the man is trouble with all that speed. Makes the catch, 1st down. Jackson up the gut. Nice run there. And that's going to set up 3rd down and 2. Sims rolling right, looking right. Now he's going to keep it, and he gets out of bounds, and that's a 1st down. So a good decision there by Sims to keep the football. Clayton lined up in the backfield. We're going to throw it to the slot receiver. That's Harris coming across the middle. Makes the catch, 1st down. 2nd down and 8. Good pass rush, but unable to get to the quarterback. Smith makes the catch, brought down inside the 10. As now there's 50 seconds to play here in the first half. We get the ball to Jackson. He gets hit stick. The ball is loose. Vincent recovers the fumble. He forced the fumble with the hit stick, recovers it, and brings it out to about the 16-yard line. So under 2 minutes to play, this challenge comes from the booth. And they believe that there's a good chance that Jackson was down. And it looks kind of bang. His calf is definitely down, or his shin, I should say, is definitely down. But is his knee down? And if your calf is down, does that count like a knee? I'm not quite sure. And they're going to say that the play is going to stand. And look at this angle, like it's bang, but usually when the computer challenges it, they're usually right. And this time, I guess you could say they were wrong. So 10-10 is the score as we head to the second half of play. Nate Burleson going to cough it up. Langford is there for the recovery, and now Langford is shaken up. So the receiver is going to have to exit with an injured elbow. Manley throws it to the left side, caught by Reggie Wayne, and that's going to result in a Broncos 1st down. They're going to run the ball with Stevens. And Stevens, he gets brought down after gaining a handful of yards. 2nd down and 6. Stevens right side, brought down by Johnson. 3rd down and 4. Manley looking, throwing it to the right side, broken up by Williams, the one-time Bronco. And that's going to do it for their drive. So Chris Sims has been pretty hot today, to say the least. 1st down and 10. Can we keep that going? I formation, going with a play fake. Sims rolling right. Sims going to keep it, And Sims is going to pick up what appears to be a first down, not quite. Gain of around 9.5. Second down in inches, and Perry will pick up the rest. But now it's third down and 5. Got to go to the air. Looking for Jackson, who makes the catch. And the receiver comes through with another grab and a first down. We fake the ball to Jake Jackson. We throw it up, and it's picked off by Marlon Jackson. Intended for Chad Jackson. There's a lot of Jackson to Jackson 5 out there. As now Burgess appears to be hurt. And it's going to be first down and 10. Stevens up the gut. Falls forward. Gain of 4. Second down and 6. Manley chucks it. Caught by Wayne. Beats Murphy. And the Broncos have it inside our territory. Stevens gets the carry. Brought down by Jackson. Nice tackle there. Third down and 8. Manley left side. Throwing it. Reggie Wayne. Another catch. And they have this one inside the 25. Second down and 4. They give it to Stevens. Gonna drag Jackson, power through some more would-be tacklers, and picks up a first down. Stevens up the gut. And that's gonna be a touchdown for the Broncos, and they take the lead yet again. So 17-10 is now the score. Gaither trying to find some running room. Gets up past the 20-yard line to around the 21. Sims steps up. Fires. Gonna find Sawyer. Haven't called his name too much today, but that's a catch and the first down. Fourth quarter action. Sims has all day. This is a 3-man rush. Throwing it deep, and it's caught. Sawyer makes the catch. Haven't talked about him too much today, but he comes up with maybe the biggest play for the Jaguars so far in this one, as Sawyer continued to work for his quarterback, finally got open. Jackson, north and south, gonna bounce it, and probably should have just went to the first down marker with a full head of steam. Instead, we only pick up 5. Then we find Clayton, who makes the catch, and we find ourselves inside the 20 yet again. Second down and 10. Jackson, north and south, gonna drag Burgess, who's back in the ball game, for a nice gain. Looking for Sawyer. His third catch of the drive will give us another first down. Second down and goal. Jackson gonna try to bounce it to the outside. He's going to go absolutely nowhere. And now it's third and goal. Sims surveys the field. Sims under pressure, and down he goes. Burgess, not 1, not 2, but 3 sacks today. We got to set up for 3. Kick is up, and the kick is good. If Glover is your fantasy football kicker, you are in 7th heaven. If you're a Jaguars fan, you're wondering why we can't score more touchdowns. Stevens to the left side. Stevens gets loose, and that's going to result in a first down. We could really use a stop defense. They're going to run the ball again. Big hit from behind as Evan Lee gets to the running back. Second down and 8. Big time tackle right there by John Henderson. So third down and 9. They're going to run the ball again. Locke gets there first. Can't bring him down, but Dexter is there to clean him up. So we're down by 4. A field goal does nothing. We got to score a touchdown here as Clayton makes the catch. He's loose. And Clayton takes this one to the 44-yard line in Denver territory. Sims had a clean pocket, and that's all he's needed for his time here in Jacksonville. He has been an absolute monster under center for us. Gonna find Jackson as Chad Jackson climbs the ladder, and he's gonna take us inside the 20. Sims has Clayton wide open, and he drops a touchdown. 27 seconds on the clock. It's 4th and 6. We have to get this or the game is over. We fire to the right side, and it's caught by Jackson. 23 seconds on the clock. We run the ball with Jake Jackson. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars get their 3rd touchdown of the season. We got a grand total of 7 field goals and 3 touchdowns so far. So 20-17 is a score, and then Jackson with the pick. There's too many Jacksons to name, too many Jacksons to think of, but it's J.J. Jackson with the INT, his 2nd of the season, and that is going to do it. 20-17. The Broncos look like a very, very good team. It's going to be interesting to see what they can do when they have a healthy backfield. But right now they're 0-2, and you know what the saying is: when you're 0-2, you only have a 0.2 carry to 5 chance of making it to the postseason. So yeah, we balled out though. I love it. We were able to stay balanced. Perry, I mean, I'm trying to figure out if he can be a rotational guy. I was hoping that he would fill the shoes that MJD left, because MJD still has speed. We did not get him to blossom into the MJD that he turned out to be in real life, but he still had great speed at 94 overall. I thought that Leroy Perry could kind of do that, but he's more just of like a smaller Jackson. So I don't really know how things are going to work out. Maybe we'll just focus on running the ball with Jackson moving forward. But with Sims under center, we can do great things here in Jacksonville. And we have a defense that continues to show out and show up. But that is going to do it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I do hope that the rest of your day is the best of the day. Tune me again, my friends. Peace, love. How's